Welcome to our Gentle Flow Yoga class this morning. As it's Seniors Week, we will do a bit of a focus on options for the class, being pillow, blanket, as we are doing class from home. These are great supports that you can use for your body as you need it throughout your yoga practice. Example could be rolled up blanket or bolster under the legs, under sit bones as needed to support your body. You may also want the blanket available for class Shavasana at the very end. Another option could be doing any of the postures and poses from a chair, preferably a supported chair. As you come to the edge of the chair, we want to be able to keep our spines nice and long, core engaged, upper body lengthened, as opposed to sinking back into our chair. So picking your comfortable place to do your yoga practice from, seated or on the chair. We will just start with our breath, connecting with our yoga breath. So that breath is deep in through the nose. Inhale. As we exhale, out through the nose with the mouth. So continue breathing, knowing that it takes several breaths to become comfortable with that deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. As we breathe, allowing the arms to relax on the legs. Again, you may be seated in a chair. Allowing the shoulders to soften. Inhale. Slowly exhale. And then as we inhale, prepare to gently start to open in through the side of the neck. Head comes over to one side. Again, releasing the shoulders, letting the arms relax. Head comes back center. The other side. And the neck or shoulders, releasing as you need. Inhale, head comes back center. Exhale, chin in towards the chest. Continue breathing deep breath or natural breath. Inhale again, draw the head center. And then we're going to start to open in through our upper bodies. Next breath, lifting through the arms. Arms heart center, making sure shoulders are comfortable as you lift up through the arms. Deep breath again, lifting. Release heart center. One hand down to the floor, the mat supporting the body as we lift up through the fingers. Again, connecting with the breath, noticing the length, the depth of your breath. Inhale. As we exhale, gently bring hands in front of your body. Maybe an option to bring blanket if you need here, or pillow, to allow the hands and arms to release. Chin gently comes in towards the chest. If the body allows, you can walk the hands out further. Inhale, lift the arms. And then exhale, other hand comes down, supporting, reaching. As we create that stretch through the side of our body, allowing tension to flow from the shoulder. One more breath here. As we exhale again, bring upper body forward. Making sure legs, knees, and hips are comfortable. Support in through that lower part of the body as needed. The upper back. Through the arms. Exhale, head center. We're going to prepare to roll back onto our mats. As we roll back, just gently bringing one knee up into the center of your body, hugging that knee in, making sure that you can see. As we roll back, if you need pillow or blanket under the head, you're welcome to support here too. Inhale. Exhale, bring that foot down to the mat. And then inhale, other knee comes up into your center. Draw that knee in. Lower back as you draw that knee in towards you. Let's bring that foot down to the mat. Our reclined cobbler's pose, base of your feet come together. Hands resting on the belly. Over to one side, softening in through the neck. Inhale again, head comes center. Exhale, head over to the other side. Bringing knees back together, hug both knees up into your center. Our way back up, rocking motion or coming onto your side and gently lifting from here. Our hands and knees as we start to open more through the front and back side of our body and our cat and cow. I'll just turn sideways so it's a better view of our cat and cow. Hands grounding, connecting with the mat, energy up through the arms. As you inhale, lift and round through the back. Let the head come forward, back of the neck relax. And then prepare as you exhale to gently start to gaze upward. Keeping in mind that any of these postures can be done from the chair. Inhale, lift and around through the back. Exhale, gaze upward. One more time, inhale, lift and around through the back. Exhale, gaze upward. Taking a moment to come back into our child's pose. As we come into child's pose, it's a gentle pose, a place where you can allow the body to relax and release. Option to bring pillow or blanket under the arms or the forehead. From the back of the neck, shoulders and arms. Again, making sure knees and hips are comfortable. One more breath as you hold here. Onto hands and knees. Preparing for our first downward facing dog. And I will give you options here for this one too. We're just going to roll toes under, lift hips, lengthen the spine. It's a nice V shape through the body. So if you're familiar with downward facing dog, go ahead and hold there. Puppy dog pose is another option as we bring arms just out front. Take hips back from here. Or our downward facing dog. Hands grounding, arms lengthen. Energy always up and back. Inhale. As we exhale, finding your forward bend, feet come together. As we come into forward bend, hands can come to the tops of your legs for support. Or the mat, they may rest on that blanket or pillow. Again, an opportunity to release tension from the back of the neck, shoulders and arms. And in the knees. Stabilize in through the core. Activate the legs. Inhale, lift, mountain pose. Release heart center. Grounding, energy up through the legs. Beside our body. Again, making sure shoulders comfortable here as we lift up through the fingers, stretching the sides of our bodies. Slowly come forward. Hands again may come to the tops of the legs as we find our forward bend. You may also use your chair for support here, if that's where it's comfortable for you. Mountain pose, gentle back bend at the top. Release heart center. Your body. World. Exhale, come into your forward bend. Back the lower back. Enjoy the stretch in through the backs of your legs. Up, lift, and reach. Release heart center. Through our legs as we find our warrior one. Start by bringing arms down beside your body. Right foot comes forward. Other foot back. There's a slight angle on that back foot as it grounds, and then we want to really bring energy into that front leg. Shoulders are comfortable here. Legs are supportive and strong. We may keep hands apart, or we may clasp hands, reach up through the fingers. Down. Mountain pose, feet come back together. Regrounding. Inhale, lift. Other foot comes forward, or that left foot. Back foot grounding, slight angle in that back foot. Hip. And then bring energy into that front leg as we stabilize there. As you breathe, lift and reach through the arms. Clasp hands, bring them together, knowing that at any time you can bring that hand down to the chair for support if you need that support for your body. Down. Feet come back to mountain pose. Inhale, lifting. Gentle back bend as we open the chest and belly. Forward bend. Hold here for a moment. Again, gentle wiggle through the upper body as we let tension go. Flat back. Come down onto our hands and knees. Creating a little core strength. Start by grounding through the hands. I'm just going to turn sideways again for a better view. Energy up through the arms. Stabilize again in through the core. Take and lift right leg. Flex through that foot. As you breathe, opposite arm makes its way out front. Core of your body. The length in through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, hand down. That knee comes down. Child's pose, draw back here for a moment. You're welcome to bring that blanket back under the head if you need for support. Slow, gentle breath as you hold here. Noticing how the body feels. Back up onto the hands and knees. As we ground through the hands and take energy up through the arms, helps to take the pressure out of our wrists. Stabilize core again and lift other leg. Lengthen that leg, activate, reach out through the base of the foot. That arm comes up, reach out through the fingers. Rounds, energy still up through that arm. Inhale. Exhale that hand back down. That knee comes down. Take a moment to just again release the wrist. We're going to bring top of the hand just to our mat. Back down to the mat, grounding our energy into that hand as we take the other hand, lift it, and gently bring the top of that hand to the mat. We never want to put unwanted pressure in through the hands or the wrists, so adjusting as you need. Back down, grounding, making our way back up. Toes roll under, downward facing dog. So as we are moving through our postures, again, being aware of what works for your body, we can also use our chair for our downward facing dog by bringing hands to the chair, lengthening the spine and taking hips back from here. Exhale, forward bend. Gentle back bend as we lift. Release heart center. Forward. Coming into our high lunge. For support here again. High lunge, and that back hip comes forward just slightly, allowing that hip to open, the front of the leg to open. Clasp. Adjust upper back. The arms. Our warrior one again as we exhale, back foot comes down, grounding, slight angle in that back foot. As we come into our warrior one again, we may decide to widen the stance a little. Bring the front foot forward just a little more. Still that nice big bend in the front knee. And then this time, as we clasp hands, we may decide to take the gaze upward. You'll notice that your balance or that stabilization will change as we do that. That's where you may bring that hand back down to the chair, finding your supported place. Back center. Arms come back down beside your body. And then mountain pose, feet come back together. Inhale. Bringing the other leg forward. That high lunge again, back heel lifts. That opening in through the front of the hip, the front of the leg. From the belly lifting up through the chest as we keep the upper body long and strong. Hands again clasp in front, opening the upper back, backs of your shoulders. Arms, back foot comes down, grounding, warrior one. Slight angle in that back foot. Again, maybe widening the stance. Still that big bend in through the front knee. Core. Bring hands together. And then slowly, gently start to take the gaze upward. Through your legs, the core of your body. Release arms down. Mountain pose, feet come back together. We're going to bring ourselves back down to the mat. Deep breath, lift and reach. Forward bend. Up, flat back, downward facing dog. And again, this can be done with hands on the chair. In our downward facing dog, as the hands ground energy up through the arms. Hips back. Big bend in the knees if you need. Exhale, come back down onto your hands and knees. Bring legs forward and then prepare to come right back onto our mats. We're going to create a gentle stretch in through our hips as we roll back onto our mat. We're just going to inhale and lift one leg up over the other. Inhale to lift that foot up off the mat. Hands may come behind the legs supporting. Much of a stretch for the hip or uncomfortable for the knee, we can bring that foot back down to the mat at any time. Hold here. We may use the hands to guide that leg in towards us, deepening the stretch if the hip and knee allow. Back down to the mat, uncrossing, and then take a moment here to just bring both knees up into your center, hugging your knees in. And that gentle stretching through the lower back. Being sure there's no tension in the shoulders, the upper back. Back down to the mat. Bringing other leg up and over. Breathe to lift that foot up off the mat. Hands again may come to the back of the leg. An option here too, hands may come to the top of the leg for support. Back down to the mat if that stretch is too deep. Breath. Down to the mat. And again, uncrossing. Bringing both knees up into your center. Back up, rocking motion or coming onto your side. Back up. We're going to take one leg out in front of us, create a gentle spinal rotation. Other leg makes its way up, base of the foot to the mat. Before we start our spinal rotation, we want to make sure that we always maintain that lengthen through the spine, that lifting from the belly up through the chest. We may keep that foot beside the leg, or we may lift and cross that leg over. Find lengthen through the spine as you inhale, and then as you exhale, we may gently wrap that arm around the leg, bring the other hand behind our body. For your body, adjusting or unwinding as your body needs. With any sort of rotation in through the upper body, we also want to be very aware of bone density. If we have any concerns with bone density, we definitely want to keep that rotation gentle. Back center, uncrossing that leg, and then extending that leg back out onto your mat. Inhale, other leg comes up, and could be natural that each side of your body feels different. So again, noticing that foot may stay inside the leg. You may cross that foot over. To lengthen that spine, arm wraps around the leg, other hand again comes behind your body. Stretch, seated on your chair. Allow the shoulders to relax. Start to make your way back center. Again, uncrossing. And then releasing that leg out onto the mat. We're going to come into our seated forward bend. The option here is to bring a support of some sort under the legs or under the sit bones. As we breathe, lift, reach through the arms, create lengthen through your sides, and then slowly bring upper body forward. The shoulders, the arms, the back of your neck. Feel that stretching through the backs of your legs. Inhale, start to lift the upper body, reach again through the arms. Exhale, arms down. Deep breath, lift through the arms. Forward bend. Upper back, the lower back. Relaxing, releasing there, enjoying the stretch. On your chair as you're doing this stretch. Lift through the arms. Down. Back onto our mats, creating a little more strength in through the core of the body. We're going to work our way into our bridge pose. So as we roll back onto the mat, feet are grounding. They're about hip distance apart. Back of the head is soft and relaxed on the mat. No tension in the neck. And then as you inhale, start to lift that lower back up off the mat. Noticing how the back feels. You may lift up slowly all the way to the shoulders. back. Again, being aware of the neck. We don't want any added pressure in through the neck area. Enjoy the strength in through the back side of the body. Bring that back down to the mat. Center, hug that knee in as we release the back. Down. Inhale, other knee up into your center. Put down. Feet again grounding, hip distance apart, finding our bridge pose one more time. Allow the shoulders to roll back, arms to soften, and then that lower back starts to lift up off the mat. As we lift the belly, that opening in through the fronts of your hips, the fronts of your legs. Back down to the mat. Reclined Cobblers pose, base of the feet come together. You may have blanket under the legs here, supporting the legs. Hands on the belly. Brings the feet back to the mat. Both knees up into your center, and then either rocking or rolling onto your side as you come all the way up. Coming back onto our hands and knees. Roll under and downward facing dog as we make our way back up. That V shape through the body. Again, hands may be on the chair, supporting. There may be a big bend in the knees. Forward bend, feet come together. Big bend again in the knees if you need. Allow that upper body to just relax, release. We're going to create a stretch in through the backs of the shoulders. We're just going to bring one arm across our body. Hand comes to the forearm or the back of the arm as we gently guide that arm across our body. As we do, noticing if there's tension in the shoulders or if you're squeezing up through the shoulders or the neck, allowing everything to relax and release. You should feel that stretch in through the back of the arm, the back of the shoulder, and into your upper back. Release arms down. In. Preparing to bring other arm across your body. Hand again to the forearm, the back of the arm, and guide that arm over. No tension in the shoulders as we do. And of course, breathing. Deep breath, lift. Down to come into our warrior two, right foot forward. Left foot back, that back foot outer edge is parallel, and upper body turns sideways. We create a big bend in the front knee, so we may need to adjust the stance and move that foot forward as we want knee to stay in line with the ankle. I'm just going to turn sideways so that you have a better view. So big bend in the front knee, from the belly lifting up through the chest, arms lifting, reaching out through the fingertips, yet relax shoulders. Through the spine, that strength and stabilization in through the core. Also be seated and from the chair just lifting and coming into this posture. As we exhale, bringing arms down. And then our mountain pose, feet come back together. Breathing, lifting, gentle back bend. Heart center. Your body. And then warrior two, other foot forward. So that as you bring energy into the front leg, that knee stays in line with the ankle. Both feet equally grounding. Arms lift. Of you. Yet relax the shoulders. Mountain pose, feet come back together. Oops, I need to straighten my mat out. Knowing that you can have water anytime throughout our practice together too if you need. Release heart center. So we're going to make our way into our first balancing posture. Arms coming out. Here's, again, where you may want to use that chair for support. Knowing that as we come into our balancing posture, bodies will naturally move and sway a little. Take and ground the right foot. Start to lift the heel. Toes may stay on the mat the entire time. Really just creating length in through the upper body, that strong stabilization in through the core. Maybe arms lifting from here. Just stay right here, or you may decide to lift that knee a little more. Knee if we